Yes guys, how's it going? Welcome back to a new video. That's right, on the 2 o'clock in the afternoon on the 10th of December, Newcastle have been linked with their first January target. That's right, the PSV right winger Bakayoko, as reported by everyone's favourite Northeast Newcastle journalist Luke Edwards at The Telegraph, has reported that Newcastle are keen to bring the 20-year-old, very, very talented, exciting, premium right winger. Is that what he called it? Premium? Or he certainly called it very good right winger to Newcastle United. No doubt a position we want to fill, off the back of Eddie Howe saying that he believes the squad has gone stale. That's a player that we are being linked with. I'll be honest, I think it's going to be the first of a few. I think there's pressure right now. There's pressure on Newcastle. There's pressure on Eddie Howe. The conversations have started. Eddie Howe in, Eddie Howe out. I think for me, Newcastle need to make a statement this January window. And we're going to get into it. It is the January. It's a tough window. Players will be more expensive. Newcastle tax, PSR, sell to buy. Like, that's what's being talked about, whether that's Newcastle desperately playing down the fact that we put in a 70 million bid for Mark Gahey in the summer, and yet somehow we have no money to spend this January. There's loads. It's a real can of worms that I could go through all in this video. I'm going to try not to. We're going to concentrate a little bit on the player that we're being linked with, Bakayoko from PSV. Very excited player. Won't be cheap. Linked with a whole host of players. If I'm not mistaken, I think Brentford had a bid turned down for him last January for around 40 million. Questionable as to what the price is right now. I think he is probably, he's a very good player, but his contract runs out at the end of next summer. So the PSV winger, just 20 years old, already playing for Belgium, being linked with teams in the Bundesliga. Vincent Company of Bayern Munich's interested. As I mentioned, I'm pretty sure Brentford have had a bid rejected for this guy not long ago. Liverpool are reportedly interested. Newcastle United are interested. The thing is yeah, it's the January fee. I think he will leave. It's expected that he will leave PSV because of the fact that his contract's running down. They are going to want to cash in on him. The question is, they've already declined a bid of 40 million. That wasn't enough for them, So I think Newcastle will have to probably pay more than that. And because it's January, I think if you held off till the summer, you could probably do a little bit more negotiating, probably get a better fee. It's who moves fast. If you move in now in the January, pay what they want, I think they take it. If not, I think PSV, line their ducks up in the right order and wait for the summer and let people battle it out for a higher fee. But no doubt, right wing is a position that we want to improve. And I'm really hoping Newcastle will go out and get the work done. This whole sell to buy. I mentioned this the other week, and Luke Edwards has gone into it himself. The talk that Newcastle could be interested to listen for offers for the likes of Harvey Barnes. And you can have a different opinion on that. Some people have said, look, Harvey Barnes hasn't worked, let him go. Some people have said he's one of our better players. Like, why would you sell him? Like, it's hard because I agree with the latter. I agree with we shouldn't be selling Harvey Barnes this window. Like, it is madness. Fair enough, it hasn't quite worked. Gordon playing so well has been to the detriment of Harvey Barnes. Like, what positions are you going to play in? But he's scoring goals. He literally scored. He mucked one up, like. He literally scored against Brentford the other day. He scored loads of goals against West Ham. His goal-to-game ratio, he's had the injuries, his goal-to-game ratio is good. Harvey Barnes is a great player. I don't think he's always going to be a starter. I don't think he always keeps his... We saw it against Brentford. He literally did 2 Harvey Barnes. He couldn't keep his concentration past the boat of the other team and they scored. But he turns on a sixpence and puts it in the back of the net. So the trouble really is saleable assets. I think that is it, right? That's why Harvey Barnes get linked away. Look at, detach your emotion from it and talk about player trading. We've bought him, he's scored goals. Let's sell him for the same price, if not more, if we can, buy somebody else. that isn't the way to... Is that the way to build a squad? I don't know, because that's what Darren Eales talks about, player trading, not being attached, letting players go, bring players in. And I think in the summer, we had these conversations, don't sell Isaac, don't sell Gordon, don't sell Bruno. Like we didn't want to sell players. We still sold Anderson, we still sold Minty, which is painful to think that we did that and then didn't really bring anybody else to improve. So I think the ownership have got something to answer for this January to see some of that money reinvested. But should we have been braver? And should we have, if we had let a bigger name go, could we have pushed further in the summer? Like, I think it's coming. Like, I didn't want it. I didn't want to lose Gordon. That's why Harvey Barnes getting thrown in this mix, basically. Because, and I think for Newcastle this January, I think what will happen is we'll try and sell Almiron, bring a few quid in for him. We'll try and sell a Wilson. We'll maybe try and move Target out on loan. Like, we'll bring in a little bit of money that'll hopefully allow us to bring in a couple of players. But I think further down the line, and Craig Hope has spoken about this himself, about the idea of Bruno leaving and trading that player in. Look at what Liverpool did with Coutinho. Look what Liverpool did with Suarez. Like, no doubt those fans were livid and gutted. And then they went on to go and win leagues, Champions Leagues. And we didn't want that in the summer. I did not want Bruno to leave. I still don't want them to leave now. But that's why Harvey Barnes' name's getting thrown in the mix, because we don't want to sell Empathy, we don't want to sell Isaac, we don't want to sell Gordon, we don't want to sell our big players. But when they're going to get no money for Al, really, like, I don't know how much money we're going to get for an Al. Does anyone want to buy Almiron? That's where we are. We've got players that people would buy, but we don't want to sell. We've got players that we want to sell, but no one will buy. And then we've got the middle, which is Harvey Barnes. People probably would buy him. We probably don't want to sell him. And that's what's going to be very interesting to see what happens this January. I'm hoping that realistically we've got the money to bring in a player. And then how much further can we push it? And then because it's January, how much can we spend? But I think right wing is key. I think Murphy at times has been okay, but the likes of Bakayoko would just raise our level immediately. And Eddie Howe's talked about the squad going stale, etc. This kind of signing would boost. He's actually look around and go, bloody hell. Like, we are on it. We are bringing players in to help. I think there's no doubt that's been part of that this season. Players are looking around going, well, I thought we were going to challenge for Champions League again. And why am I up here having to do it all myself again? So there you go. I think that was just a bit of like a bang of just everything that was on my mind in the moment there. It's great to see Newcastle being linked to players. It'll be even better when we see some players hopefully come in the door this January. But there's just so much noise that's going with it right now about we have to sell, we have to do this, we have to do that. I hope the January window opens and we're just, I was going to say, sign Mark Ahey. We need a right-sided centre-back. I do not want to pay 70 million. Sort it out. I think we put it on the table. Let's go do a different video on this. Put it on the table. 40 million for Mark Ahey, take it or leave it, and then have it done with, because I really can't deal with that again. All right, thoughts down below on the idea of what you want to see this January. I mean, some of the comments below the Luke Edwards post were just a lot of negativity, really, and that people aren't sure Newcastle will do something this January. I hope that's not the case, and that we will. Thank you for watching, guys. A bit of a impromptu one while I'm out and about, actually down in Teesside for work today. I was going to go for a wander, but it's cold, so I did it from in the car instead. Thank you for watching. Enjoy your week. And Leicester on Saturday. Yes, we've got it. Like, you talk about Eddie Howe, talk about transfers. Like, that needs to be a game where after the Brentford game, we need to do it. We need to win on Saturday. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.